What's up, everyone? How's it going? Right now, starting out looking at the total crypto cap. You can see here yesterday we had a big red day, but ultimately found support at the 0618, which is a good sign. You know, you can see we dipped down here. We had a pretty big wicking candle for today, but we pretty much tapped our our bottom support line, so we are looking good for continuation. I mean, there's still support. So yeah, it's ultimately good. Hold on just a second here. All right. Let me just... Okay. Shout out to the King Mike J, a recent follower. Slowly growing the channel. Slowly but surely. But yeah, yesterday was a pretty big red day in terms of the total crypto cap. Like I said, we found the support right here at the 0618 level. That's where we ultimately closed up at, right here. We wicked down today, basically, and essentially tapped the bottom support channel line and have gone all the way back up from that point, which is a positive sign. That means, you know, there's buying pressure still, there's buying support still at this bottom support line, which means the bullish channel is still validated, and you know, a continuation upwards is you know, still in the cards, which, you know, ultimately means that this bearish engulfing candle is, you know, just a correction candle, nothing more than that. I mean, until we fall out of this channel upward, there should be really no fears to be had. So now we're just sitting here. We'll look at Bitcoin now, doing the same thing. You know, it's in its own bullish channel as well. Had a slight dip outside of the range, but you know, we've come all the way back in. So we come down to the 4-hourly. You can see that right at that, right here at the support line, you know, we had a lot of buying pressure, just wicks down, bought back up, and now you got a bullish engulfing candle here. on the last 4-hour candle, and we're now, you know, building our way back up. We're very close to hitting that 49K mark again. You know, I think the ultimate test is to see if we'll break the this high here, which was $50,505. Let's look at the monthly chart on Bitcoin here. I mean, as you can see, we're still building our way back up. And this will be a true resistance point. Go ahead and mark that actually. It's a darker red. Yeah. So far, the weekly candle, still in the red, but building our way back up. Ethereum weekly candle looks fine. See, we had that dip right at the 2.272. At this point, I almost feel like I need to make a new Fibonacci retracement because this thing just broke all the levels. Let me see what other levels there are to add. Basically, we have the 2.272, the 2.414, the 3, the 3.272. The 4 and the 4.272, 4.618. I mean, that takes us only to 6,100, and everyone thinks we're going to, you know, 10K. Interestingly enough, though, you see that our weekly candle basically just tapped this. What is this? Fourth, like it basically tapped our 3.272 level almost exactly. So I mean, this is how you know the Fibonacci retracement levels are your key. I mean, this is your key to proper trading here. I mean, you can just basically see where along the path you're going to see resistance and supports. Obviously, right now we're seeing a potential battle at the 2.414 level. But I'm going to go ahead and actually get rid of this. I'm going to draw another Fibonacci retracement here. And if you don't know how to draw Fibonacci retracements, you basically are just taking the top of your impulsive wave and bringing it down to the bottom of that wave, which would be right here, and boom. And now, let me go ahead and edit this. I don't want this to extend out to the right, and I want these labels in the center. And this was at 1700. So let's just do this. We'll extend it out to like mid 2022. Coordinates. This is 1700 on the dot. Okay. So now you can kind of see what the fibs look like when you have an updated high. So as you can see, we are running into resistance at the 0.618, but finding support at the 0.5. So we're kind of bouncing in between this range. Once we break that, the next the next battle is going to be at 3,800 level. Then from there is the previous all-time high, and then once that's broken, my gosh, look at where you're going, guys. $6,000. Then you got 7,000, and now, you know, who knows what happens after that. There's a lot of fib levels here, but you can just see where the mapping is. I think hitting that 3 mark, or that 3.272 is the potential, you know, if you're calling for a $10,000 Ethereum. So we will see. Anchor's still doing its thing. Just waiting for that pop, that breakout of the bull market support band. That's its problem right now. We're still not able to escape this bull market support band. You can see here on the weekly, we actually had an open out of it, up above it, but then we ultimately closed back in. We've yet to have a closing candle since the last week of May that has closed outside or above the bull market support band. So hopefully we see something this week that we can build off of. And You know, ideally you close above this 10.62 level, which is a, you know, a very key level of resistance. If we close above that on the weekly, you know, you're looking at re-challenging a lot of these levels in the teens, which would be very bullish and very good. So and look at that AVAX. Look at how the Fibonacci retracement levels work, guys. It's very simple. Look at where this candle is at on the weekly. Almost tapped the $60 mark, which is the previous all-time high, and look at where we're settling at. Right at the 0786. I mean, I feel like Fibonacci retracement levels are almost cheat codes for your swing trading. I mean, you just know where the price action is going to adhere to. It's super important if you're going to perform any TA to have Fibonacci retracement levels mapped out. Obviously, it's more important in terms of swing trading than it is day trading. You're not going to get much. You're not going to get much action out of day trading, but it still works nonetheless. So yeah. Cardano, we're seeing a pretty big wicking candle here. We'll ultimately see if we're able to regain that 2.87 level. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, because very rarely do you see weekly candles just sitting, you know, in the middle of Fibonacci retracement marks. It's very rare. Chainlink's kind of doing the same thing that Anchor's doing. You know, just they have very similar, fairly similar chart patterns in that they can't quite break out of their. And Chainlink actually had a weekly close above the bull market support band, which is ultimately positive. Anchor here, you know, it's still just sitting in that band. We're just waiting. Have had multiple taps at the 0.382 level. Can we get that break? You know, the more and more we keep tapping, eventually you'll get liquidated, which is unfortunate. Joe Budden's burner. What did he? It looks like he had to make an account. What's good with these cryptos today? I was just well. First off, I was just trying to edit my little box here. I was trying to change the. Let me edit this box here real quick. Up in for my name or for my Twitter name. That's too small. Let me edit this. Pull it over some. Oh, hold up. Not that. All right, that should work. Oh, you need the scoop. Well, you already missed on Avalanche. That thing absolutely ripped. Literally the last 2 weeks, it went from you look at the bottom here, it's gone up 212% in 2 weeks. That was probably the biggest runner of all the cryptocurrencies. I mean, that thing absolutely ripped. It still hasn't even broken the all-time high though up here. So who knows what the? I think it actually is. This is a decent time. I mean, this is definitely one to watch. Like on a serious, like level. You know, if this fails to break above this $49.16 level for the week, it could fall back down here and test this $40 level for support before going back up. So I mean, and you have targets up here from 73, 81, 91. So I mean, if it does end up testing down here at the $40 level, and if you get in at, around this level, you could potentially make double your investment if it goes back up and breaks its all-time high. If it breaks the all-time high here at $60, it's definitely going to at least hit the 1.272 level, which is $73. So you're talking, 80-90% gains, which is pretty solid. I would just wait and see what it does here. I mean, either way, it's selling off heavily today. Every other cryptocurrency is in the green right now in terms of percent gain. Avalanche is minus 14.66%. So I think what's happening right now is people are taking profits. They see that it was pretty much overbought. It's been overbought for like it's been in this overbought range for the last like 3 weeks. So I think people were kind of figuring out that once it got rejected at this $60 level, that it's time to sell off. So we'll just see what happens. It might get bought back up to this Fibonacci level, which is $49.16. They might try to hold it here, which is definitely possible. You just gotta wait and see. Ah, there it is. It's a word. Looks like it works. Excellent. Oh, good. And you see your little the name comes up in the top right. Yeah, I got this thing extra set up. Just waiting to get that following to come. What, Cardano? You mean Cardano? Not Cardona. You know, they just ripped pretty solidly too. They broke the all-time highs. They're sitting at above their all-time high. Kinda. They actually had a daily close above the 1272 level on the Fibonacci retracement, but there's kind of been a sell-off. But that came with the Bitcoin sell-off. When Bitcoin sold off yesterday, everything else followed. You're seeing a big buyback here today. So let's see if there's any yeah, there's the trend line right there. You can see there that you can see, based on this trend line, we're finding resistance right there. But we'll just see. Let's look on the let's look at the 4-hourly. I do think this is that Cardano might be a little bit. Well, I guess on the 4-hourly, based on the stock RSI, which the stock RSI just tells you, if something is overbought or oversold based on the relative strength index. Right now we're sitting in the oversold range. So for the daily, stock RSI is just kind of sitting in the neutral zone, which is fine. Although on the regular RSI, it's right, right above, or right below the neutral zone. But what is key to look at here is you got some what is called bearish divergence, where you're making new highs on the price, but your RSI is not making new highs. What that ultimately means, that's kind of what happened with Bitcoin, back when it had the crash. You see the RSI was making, or you're making new highs with the price, but the RSI was making new lows, basically. With each peaking high on the price up here, your RSI was making new lower highs. So that ultimately runs out of steam, and then you have, a sell-off. So that's something to definitely look out for. If we don't make, if the price continues to go up and make new highs, and this RSI here doesn't, break this downtrend, we just keep tapping on it, then that's a big sign that there's going to be a sell-off coming at some point. Could be months. Because for Bitcoin, it took, from the beginning of that trend, that was in January, it took 5-6 months for that to happen. So, this trend for Cardano could play out till the end of the year, where we're creating new highs, but the RSI is slowly decreasing, and then you're just going to see that sell-off happen. So, with all that being said, I still think, I'm still bullish on it for the the rest of 2022. I don't think that this is going to drop. It might drop back down to the 250 range. But, you know, we have people calling for $8 on this thing. I think this thing might go to $8, $10. So, in terms of a long-term hold, like if you're just going to buy and hold for a few years, you're definitely going to be, you're definitely going to be happy. I think I don't see this thing ever going below. You know, this thing's not going below. Once it breaks out, has its little bear market, comes back up, it's never going back down to these levels. Anyone who got in here at like the dollar mark, they're sitting pretty right now. They don't have to worry about the price ever reaching those levels again. Yeah, I'm probably the biggest supporter of Cardano, honestly. In terms of all the cryptocurrencies, I mean, if you go to Coin Market Cap, it's now sitting as the #3 cryptocurrency in terms of just total market capitalization. It was literally a few weeks ago sitting, at 6. And after this recent surge, it's past Tether, it's past Binance Coin, and now it's like here are your three, the three kings basically. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Those are your guys. And if you look at the market cap, people think that Cardano can match Ethereum's Ethereum levels. Well, Ethereum's sitting at 380 billion. Cardano's only sitting at 88 billion. If you don't even have to get to 380 billion. If this, quadruples to, 320 billion, which is not even what Ethereum's at right now, you're sitting at an $8 Cardano. So, I have no doubts that it's going to be a good investment for people who are getting in now. We have Bitcoin here testing 49,000. It's at 48,950, and we had some breaks above the 49,000 level. I mean, we still have 5 hours on the daily candle here. This thing somehow manages to re-engulf this bearish candle. If we get a close above like 49.5, that would be extremely bullish. I mean, that thing would have so much more momentum to go up and eventually break this resistance line, which is going to be extremely important in my opinion. This white line, this is like the contest point where people think that if Bitcoin is going to fall out, it's going to be right here at this 52 mark. If it doesn't break this 52 mark, it's going to crash back down. I don't actually think that that's going to happen, but I have it marked out just in case. And I'll be keen to watch what happens when it starts to approach 52,000. What price is nuts? What, the Bitcoin 49K? Yeah. That's why I can't understand people who are like doubting, who doubt it now at this point. It's like you're talking about something that's literally worth $50,000 a unit. Like, I don't know how you can think this thing is like not legit anymore. And you're talking about an asset that has a market capitalization that's almost at $1 trillion. So you're talking about something that has almost $1 trillion in it, and that it's not legit. It's like, okay, let the people who have their money in this prosper, I guess, because it doesn't get to $1 trillion by just lay people. You have big institutions throwing billions of dollars into this. So when the big institutions start throwing their money into something, they're not doing it to lose money. They're doing it because they know it's going to be something that makes a profit for them. I feel like that's just basic fundamental analysis. I feel like anyone with logic could understand that concept. It certainly didn't grow to $1 trillion by your just average middle class person throwing a couple $100 into this and seeing what happens. You have just massive firms and companies and hedge funds that are who are pouring in billions of dollars into this thing. And since it's global, this is all over the world. What's even more important is that there's people out here paying for Ethereum rocks and spending $1.3 million on a dang rock. Like, you have to look at this. Like, look. Is it on OpenSea? I think we got to go to OpenSea. Well, someone's now taking. Oh yeah, here's some. People are like are basically copying the Ether rock movement and trying to do their own thing. You got people on here selling Ethereum rocks for. There's literally just a picture of a rock for 5 Ethereum, priced at 16K. Like, literally 16K for a picture of a rock. That's that's what I'm saying. Like, and people are buying it. I mean, let me pull up Twitter real quick. Look at this. If you go to Twitter and you look at there's Ether rock price. Where is it? Yeah, 3 minutes ago, Ether Rock 89 purchased for 420 ETH. $1.3 million for an Ether Rock. And here's the transaction that proves that it happened. I'm trying to see where can I actually pull up the I don't know if I can actually pull up the yeah, I can't actually pull up the listing, I guess, because the key owns that picture now. But yeah, that's literally what was just purchased for $1.3 million. That picture. Like, the most basic thing went for 4 figures, or not 4 figures, 7 figures. Here's one that was purchased. This is Ether Rock 70. Purchased for 1.3 million. Ether Rock 89 purchased for 1 million. Like, these rocks are going for $1 million every time. I don't even understand how. What is it? What are they? I'm trying to figure out where they're buying this. Is it on OpenSea? think it's on, they're doing it on OpenSea. So let me see if I can pull up OpenSea here and I see there's another person who's viewing. Welcome to the channel. Please, by all means, get involved in the chat. Right now, we're just looking at Ether rocks and how that's basically. It looks like this dude ASAP Rocky is out here trying to make. Yep, looks like ASAP Rocky's trying to make some NFTs here, and he's selling them for. He's selling these things. Sold this thing. The current price right now is $6,400. Wow, this dude's all over. This dude's all over the NFT market. He thinks he's like a young entrepreneur here. I'm trying to find like here's the Picasso rocks, but these aren't going for nearly the amount that those Ether rocks are. I'm trying to find the actual collection of those rocks that are getting sold for. This dude was 100%. This dude was slurping them rocks. Here's some more. God, dude, people are copying these Ether rocks like it's nothing, trying to make a quick buck. There's so many. Can I sort by price? Maybe that's how I'll find it. Let's say the min price is like $5. Let's apply it. Let's do the minimum price, like, I said $5. Let's do the minimum price is like 20 Ether. See what comes up. Does anyone bid on this? This dude is not slick. He copped this thing for 0.1 Ether a day ago, and now he's listing it for 69 Ether. Trying to like. Uh-oh. Ether paper? No way. Ether paper. $2.85 million. 888 ETH. That's the sale. Has there been any offers? No offers yet. But this is a real thing. Because paper beats rock. Oh my god, is there Ether scissor? Oh my god, there's an Ether scissor. This dude's literally posting the same picture and just calling them different ID numbers. Doesn't even change the colors of them or anything. I mean, there's some red ones, but like... Oh my gosh. You know, the amount of effort it took for him to make this, or her to make this, is like seconds. And, you know, these things are getting sold for thousands of dollars. Wow. This person bought it for 0.69 Ether and then sold it for 1.75 Ether, which is about, I can't do the math off the top of my head, but I mean, Ethereum is worth $3,200, so 1.75, you're talking $5,000 just to sell a picture of a piece of scissors. Unbelievable. How do you make the rocks? I feel like this person literally just drew this out on paint. And then just kind of did some shading and whatnot. And they've just made a bunch of them and just put them all up. I feel like this isn't the real Ether Rock account, though. I wonder if Ether Rock's sold on a different NFT market. I'm assuming it is. Yeah, anyone can make the, like, these are literally just, all you have to do is have a, you know, you have to have some ETH because it costs money to put these up. But yeah, anyone can do this. And it's just, there's Ether Cube. That's where all those, have you not seen the crypto punks? That's like a popular thing now. Where are all the crypto punks? These crypto punks, they made 10,000 of them. And look how much these things are selling for. Like this one was last sold for 45 Ether, which $45 Ether equals $146,000 for just this little image. Ether Dusseldorf. You can make an offer on one of these. Wait, what happened here? The bid was 0.5, bid canceled, listed, transferred. I could make an offer on this, but I'm not going to. People are basically just buying these things thinking that they will increase in value, which I mean is kind of true. I mean, this got sold, this got bought for 2 Ether and sold for 7.5 Ether. So holy crap, this thing got sold for 58 Ether. It was bought for 37. The original sale was just 0.27. They sold it for 58 Ether. This was sold for 60 Ether. Oh yeah, it's become a big thing, and everyone's making it. A lot of people are using them as their like Twitter abbeys now. OBJ has his Twitter abbey is one of these crypto punks. I just can't believe that these things are being. Some of these are just being sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's unbelievable. Like, is the move to buy one of these and hope that it like just flies up in value? Try to find a rare one. Look at that volume traded. 368,000 Ether? Holy what is that? 58,000? Oh man, I don't even know what that number is. It's a massive number. I can't even tell you what that number is. It's too much. Some of these are going for the high. Like this Baldini with the earring. Dude sold for 21. This is crazy, man. I feel like this is literally just a hype thing and it's gonna die off soon. Like this. Whoa, this dude was sold. The red nose dude was sold for 36. Damn, some dude bought it. This dude bought it for 2 ether and sold it for less. And the dude that copped this thing for just a buck 185 ether sold it for 35 ether? Holy shit. That is crazy. Whoa, this one sold for 70? The purple hair dude? Dang, someone like 4 years ago. Dang, these things have been around for years. They're just now blowing up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, what's the number one worth? These dudes are not slick. Trying to take pictures. You can see that. You can literally see the dang you could see the whatever, the mouse in the picture, and he's trying to sell it for 3 million. Like, this dude is not slick. Like, no one's buying this. No one's copying that. Oh my god. 400 for this zombie. Holy. Well, someone bought it for 200. Who's Pranksy? This person's been buying up these cryptos. What's this? This person owns a bunch of these NFTs. This person's just copying in the hopes of any of these things going up in price. It's crazy. The hustle is creating. White Baron Davis. This is, yeah, I don't know. You gotta just, you almost have to cultivate like a following. It's like with anything. It's like any hype beast thing. You have to somehow build hype around. These zombie ones went for the high. Dude, shout out to the guy who made these things. Oh no, I got it. But yeah, that's the new move. These people are copping NFTs and trying to resell them, or they're making NFTs. So it's crazy. We saw something happen just now with the with Bitcoin. Got rejected here at the 100-day MA. big wick. But we are building a new trend upward. Let's look at this. So yeah, there's your denial right there. That was an attempt to break a downward trend line that was happening on the hourly and could not hold. Still got 34 minutes left though, so there's potential that this thing, you know, it's biting right now. If you get a close above this white line, then you might see the confirmation of the reversal back up. So yeah, Avalanche is still looking like cheeks. Who's the biggest gainer on my list right now? Looks like it's Polkadot. It's getting rejected here at this Fibonacci retracement level. Let me zoom out. Yep, getting rejected at the 0.618. May find an adherence potentially to this 25.85 level. See what happens. Not only is it a rejection of the, it's actually more of like a rejection of the 200-day moving average as well. Right when it hits that 200-day moving average, or at least on the 1 hourly, just went sending back down. Looking like a potential double top, which is not a bullish sign. You would like to see a close above that Fibonacci retracement level for Polkadot. You got a top here, and then why does it want to? And you got a top here, so not the most bullish sign for Polkadot in the short term, obviously. Maybe you zoom out to the 1 day. Yeah, we had a big sell-off, but this is a good candle to build off of. You go to the weekly. Obviously, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 weekly candles that are positive, you're gonna have some sort of sell-off occur where people who invested down here in the $10 range are gonna take profits. I mean, that's just the natural. That's just how your price builds. Obviously, I mean, even happened here. Big candle up, candle down, big candle up, negative candle down, but then you start building up. It's obvious. It's all healthy for continuation for Polkadot and for all of the cryptocurrencies for that matter. Because if you go back into the total market cap, right now on a weekly timetable, we're seeing a negative candle. As of right now, we still have 4 days left on the week, but and not worried in the least bit right now. Nothing is telling me that this market's turning around anytime soon. The bullishness is still there. As long as we remain in this this bullish channel. You know, you're looking at, we remain in this bullish channel. You're looking at a all-time high break at, you know, anywhere in mid-September. Now, traditionally, September, or historically rather, September's been a negative month for Bitcoin. So we'll see if that historical trend is broken this year, or if we see some sort of you know, kind of market correction and dip down to a support level, and then you see October, November, December, the rips to the upside. Still can't get over these crypto punks. This is nuts to me. Bastard GAN punks? How do you get like a... How do you become verified on here? That's what I want to know. Junkyard dogs? Litecoin strawberry? $100 for this thing? Whoa! This is ridiculous. That doesn't even make sense. Crypto Beasts? Egg Lord? I feel like these dudes are just making this stuff in Paint. And they're just creating GIFs. Someone offered 10K for this piece. Unbelievable. Bored Ape Yacht Club? This is crazy. Crazy stuff. What is this? Hold on. What was that story? SEC approval of Bitcoin ETF? Where is that at? There it is. SEC approval for a Bitcoin futures ETF before the end of October. Analysts Eric Balkunas and James Safert point to some strong signs that hodlers will be enjoying much more than Halloween candy by then. Uh-oh. There you have it right there. SEC could approve Bitcoin futures ETF in October. That would be extremely massive. SEC is likely to approve a Bitcoin futures ETF by the end of October, according to Bloomberg ETF experts. Wait, it says Bloomberg ETF analysts Eric Balkunas and James Safert issued an investor note on Tuesday suggesting that last week's abrupt withdrawals of Ethereum futures ETF proposals by VanEck and ProShares could trigger the SEC's approval of a Bitcoin ETF. This is VanEck and ProShares' rapid withdrawal of proposals for Ethereum futures ETF is a good sign for a potential Bitcoin futures ETF, given the SEC has allowed those filing to remain active. A launch could come as soon as October, and we believe the SEC should permit several at once to avoid handing out a first mover advantage. Well, dang, if that futures ETF comes, that's going to be insane for the bull run. And it's coming right at the time that it's, you know. Oh dang, Will Clemente liked my reply. Respects. Shout out to Will Clemente. Yeah, Jared, if you don't follow this dude, give him a follow. First off, he's got almost 200,000 followers. This dude's from Raleigh. I didn't even realize it. WRAL just had a news piece on him. He basically he goes to ECU, but he's been doing what is called on-chain analysis for with Bitcoin, where he basically looks at what's going on in the blockchain data. So he looks at like the data for this dude's very knowledgeable. He's only 19, but this dude knows what he's talking about. Like I said, he's got 200,000 followers. He's a regular on like a lot of Bitcoin podcasts. He grew up in Fuquay. I had no idea about any of this. But yeah, he does on-chain analysis, which is different from like technical analysis where we're just looking at price. He looks at like, you know, he's looking at like the amount of people holding Bitcoin, like the transaction rates, like he looks at a bunch of stuff. You know, I'm not really an expert on-chain analysis, but he looks at like the liquidity, like Bitcoin balance on exchanges. So he's looking at like the balance on exchanges here and kind of measuring how the price action should reflect the on-chain stuff. You like my little reply? Lead insights analyst Blockware team. Dang, I was hoping he'd give me the follow, but oh well. That collab coming soon? Nah. This dude's way too beyond. This dude literally is like. This dude's way too popular now. He's only. The crazy thing is he's only 19. So, and I know this dude owns Bitcoin. So he's probably already paid, and he just is at ECU. And he already has a job. Like he's lead insights analyst at Blockware team. Like he literally, like he almost doesn't need the degree. Yo, what's up, Narcotic 69? What's up? But yeah, he knows his stuff. So I do recommend giving him a follow. He would just be a good addition to your like timeline in terms of like crypto and Bitcoin insights. This dude. Aw, this person's not real. This dude Narcotic is not a real person. The fakest. Alright, I'm about to jump off here. So yeah, we'll look at we'll go through all the coins here. Bitcoin sitting at 2.6%, solid green candle for the day, finding resistance at this downward trend, but as long as this gets, broken, we continue this channel upward, you're going to look at probably new highs. We'll probably, start ranging into the 52 range and start tackling this this resistance line. So I'll be, in the coming days, we'll see what's going on Friday. Cardano, decent candle here, a lot of buying support, did make a new low. We'll see if we can reclaim the that Fibonacci level, the 1.272. Ethereum, we're sitting in between Fibonacci retracement levels right now, and we're still doing the same thing where it's just ranging back and forth in between these levels. So I think it's just a waiting game with Ethereum, waiting for it to actually break out of this range. Will it break? It most likely will break to the upside, obviously. So I guess it's just a waiting game at that point. Waiting for that break. I think when you see, what's that price action, or what's that price level? When you see that 33.58 level broken and held, like as you can see here, you had wicks above it, but it didn't close. When you have a price that closes, has a daily close above this level, we can see, we'll start seeing a campaign up towards the all-time high. Ethereum's kind of, acting in the same way Anchor is, where it's just kind of just meddling in this zone, just waiting for a breakout to occur, waiting for some level of, just waiting for something, waiting for a close above a key level of resistance. That's kind of what you're waiting for. I know, you mean, like with Anchor here, we have the bull market support band, that 20-week SMA, which is a pretty key level in terms of, a bull run or a bullish momentum. And we've had one daily close that was above it, and then we immediately came out of it. So waiting for that close above the bull market support band and hoping to continue onward and upward, at least from the 10.6, or from at least breaking this 1062 level. We look at Litecoin here, we're still within this band, hitting resistance on the 20-week SMA. You know, price action is somewhat similar to Ethereum in that, you know, we have this key level resistance right here. I'll go ahead and mark that out actually, since that looks pretty key. And you'll have some right here. And probably right there too. That's the wick. So these are key levels of resistance to take into account for Litecoin. It's going to be, you know, there's going to be some obstacles that's going to have to get through before it actually starts to rip. Seeing if it once it tackles those levels, though, I mean, there's nothing really, there's no other resistance levels to stop it until it gets back up to the 290 mark. So, I mean, definitely a decent long if you can close above these levels. You know, looking for a solid gain there. Polkadot we already went over a little bit, but yeah, you can see here, you know, trying to stay above this 2585 level, which was a key level of resistance previous, and tackling that Fibonacci retracement level at 2643, which is the 0618. Solana was the big name last week, and when it made its rips to new highs. Right now it's kind of having a retracement, which is fine, that's healthy. When you have a big surge in price, just seeing where that support is, and it's looking like, as of right now, based on this daily, the support is at this 69 level. I mean, you have some wicks below, and the price is remaining above this $69 level. So continue back up to the 1618 is definitely in the cards, and then you can see that the 272 level is 108, then 2618's you know, 121. So just a classic retracement off of a huge impulsive surge. I don't even know who this Narcotic 69 person is. I can't tell if this person's real or not. I feel like they're fake. Chainlink, unfortunately, back within the bull market support band. Anchor, we've already talked about, just ranging in between this bull market support band, waiting for that breakout. Avalanche, the big loser of the day, in the red, minus 12% right now, hovering right at that Fibonacci retracement level, which is the 0786, 49.16. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'll be back on Friday, and we'll look and see what happens from then until now. Otherwise, follow the Twitter, follow me on YouTube, and follow me on Twitch, and we'll be back at it, and we'll look at more Ether rocks. So yeah, take it easy. I'm out.